Hey family, what's going on? It's Wisdom Wednesday. It's your girl P Coffee Brown here. And I just wanted to stop and connect with you guys. I was really thinking today, oh man, about quite a few things, but the main thing was my wellness journey and people have been, asking me certain questions in regards to my journey. What did I take? What have I been doing? There's been a huge buzz in the health and wellness arena about various products that are on the market that people are utilizing. And no, I did not use any of those products to shed these pounds. I did it the traditional way. I got up every single day and I worked out, did all types of workouts, calisthenics, cardio, weights, everything that you can think of in different aspects in order to get the results that I was after. And of course, I did do some nutrition as far as my protein is concerned and things of that nature. And then I increased my protein drastically because I was not aware that I was not consuming enough protein. I mean, I was in a drastic deficit. I was having protein dumps all the time. And I really didn't know what was happening to my body until I actually got an opportunity to have time with Crystal, which was my trainer, and she gave me some insight to what was really happening with my body. And initially, when she shared with me how much protein I needed to intake, I kind of freaked out because I didn't really understand various sources of protein. It was something that I had not investigated real deeply, and I didn't have a lot of knowledge about the various aspects and sources of protein. And of course, if you're, a person that is vegan and you are super health conscious, you know more about, what types of protein there are than a person who is a carnivore that consumes you know, um, meat, animal protein, right? When you talk about chicken or turkey, things of that nature. So I had to rediscover my relationship with food in totality. I mean, like completely shifting my entire framework as it pertained to eating because it really wasn't about the working out more so than it was about the nutrition. And this isn't to suggest that I was not eating good, quote unquote. However, it was not what I was eating that was the challenge. It was the disproportion in what it provided to my body by way of nutrients. And that's where I had to evolve. And so with the evolution came the shifting. And when I shifted and when I became more conscious, more aware, and more intentional, then I started to see significant results. And because I am an AI architect, I created an actual AI agent that supported me in this journey. What I did was I made certain that every single day I dumped specific details about what I consumed that day and the impact that it would have on my temple. And as I began to do that, I started to pick up the patterns, any pattern that I had, and I would record the patterns in order to make the adjustments. And as I began to make the adjustments and do the things, I did not get on the scale. I didn't get on a scale. I didn't get on a scale for 90 days. Literally 90 days. I did not get on the scale because I didn't want to become discouraged. The one thing about a journey when it comes to it's for me. Let me just say that. For me, this is for me. I've heard other people say this, but the one thing about a journey, especially when it comes to transforming your body, is that you can become discouraged if that scale does not reflect the work that you've been doing. I'm going to say that again. If that scale doesn't reflect the work that you've been doing, you may become discouraged. And this is the reason why I did not get on the scale. I also made adjustments to understand various types of protein and how they work inside the body temple. The more I did this, the more I self educated, the more I invested time in me. I made new discoveries, not just about food, but about who I am as a woman, about what my real needs are, what my real desires are, the things that contribute to my happiness and peace, and the things that I totally dislike. And as I became more evolved, as I became more aware, as I became more cognizant, as I invested more time in my spiritual journey, the natural results began to manifest, and they began to manifest at an accelerated rate. I am a spiritual person. I am very conscious of my spirituality. I am a true lover of all things spiritual. And what I learned though is that I had to unplug from systematic religious practices and step into real deep spirituality where I just unplugged from humanoids identity with spirituality and got into divine understanding of spirituality. And that takes time, it takes energy, and it takes effort to begin to question the things that you learned in your life and from the sources you learned them from. And if what you learned before will have anything to do with tomorrow, will have anything to do with where you're headed. And I had to come into new agreements. I had to come out of some agreements and I had to come into some new agreements and rebuild some things that I thought were accurate. It was called the law of first mention. It's the first things that I heard that I brought into when I did not have my own relationship and my own understanding. And as I deepen my relationship spiritually, and as I deepen my understanding, I am becoming even the more aware, even the more conscious and aware of every aspect of my life. Right now, I'm graced to be able to be mentored by something new, and I'll be able to share that at a later date once I go through the process. And the new things that I'm experiencing are challenging me, and they're challenging me in ways I've never been challenged before in my 50 years on this planet. I have not been challenged like this, but the new things that I'm being challenged with are going to cause me to be much more valuable to the individuals that I serve. How important is that? It's very important. And also in this journey that I've been on to enhance my health and my wellness, my grandson is going to benefit from that. He'll be able to have great time with his grandmother. I'll be able to run and play with him and do things because I am preventing things from happening tomorrow by activating today and doing some transformational behaviors today so that I can enjoy my grandson tomorrow, to be able to be of value to him, to really, really be able to enjoy his young years when he wants to run and do things and run his G mom or I don't want to call myself G mom, but y'all understand what I mean. And I just want to be able to enjoy life. My son made a comment and he was being facetious, but he was being serious. Because anytime he jokes about certain things, I know he's being serious. He was like, Mom, make sure you do these specific type of exercises that he shared with me because he said, hey, girl, listen, I want you to be able to do some things. And I need you to do these type of exercises and yada, yada, yada. He started breaking some things down and I incorporated those because I know my son is also very conscious when it comes to health and wellness. But listen, I said all that to say this. I want us to be aware, be cognizant. Listen, I'll close with this. I want us to become more aware, more cognizant, and more intentional about the life we really want to lead, about the experiences we really want to have, about the visions that we really want to see come to pass, so that we can really have the life and the life more abundantly that Christ talked about. He said, I came that you would have life and life more abundantly. What does more abundant life look like to you? I want you to look in that mirror and ask yourself, hey, what does more abundant life really look like to you? And if you don't know, I want you to sit still, start meditating, praying, and asking, what does this more abundance really look like for me? And how do I get there? How do I get to it? It starts in our mind. Everything starts in your mind. Whatever we are thinking about is what we are attracted to. It's what we become. It's what dictates our whole journey. It's on our mind, that's penetrating our mind on a regular, consistent basis. I'm telling you, when we shift our mind, then everything else will flow in a different way in our lives in totality. So I want you to think about who you want to become, what you want to experience, and what you have to do to see that come to pass. You want support? I'm here. Crystal is here. She trained me. I have other community that can add value, both naturally, spiritually, professionally, personally, anything that you need. I have a community that can be here to support and add value to you. So talk to me. Let me know how I can be here to support you. I shed 24 pounds. I took 6 months, 6 months of consistency, 6 months of purging, 6 months of redefining my relationships all across the board, rediscovering what matters most and focusing on that, redefining how I do business, who I do business with, why I'm partnered with them, going all in every single area of my human journey so that I can be of greater value to not only others, but to me first. I got to be more valuable to me first. I got to do the things that need to happen for me before I can do anything to add to you. So if when you're ready and you're ready to move forward, you know how to reach me. You know how to reach me. I'm here and I definitely would love to add value to you. God bless, be encouraged. And check out my website, coachcoffee.com. It talks to you about my journey and also has a free gift. Go grab your gift. Grab your gift, and I hope it adds value to you. Connect with me on all social media platforms under P Coffee Brown, PKOFFE Brown. I would love to connect with you and have some purpose partnerships that will help us to continue to elevate and become the individuals that the Creator designed for us to be. Man, there's so much more for us to do and so much more for us to become. Let's continue to elevate together. Grace and peace.